Don't lock automatically. What's up with that? There we go. What's happening, folks? Alright, so I'm having to hold my phone today. I would put it down there in the dash, but if I do that, then I won't be able to see you guys. You won't be able to see my face because of the steering wheel. So I'm just going to hold it right here in my hand and hope that... What's happening, viewer? I'll put it right, keep it right here in my hand and just hope that it doesn't get... Man, I think this is the busiest I've been in a while. I had to work 10 hours today to get anything done. Yep. Well, thank you for the like. I appreciate that, viewer. I don't know who you are yet, but if you don't mind, I'll give you a shout out. If you want to drop your name in there, I'll give you a shout out. It won't cost you anything but your time. Yep. So what's new? Anybody out there doing anything interesting today? I've only got, well, you're gone now. So I got a like and then boom, gone. Well, that's all right. At least I got a like. That usually doesn't happen this early. But I do appreciate that like. I appreciate all my likes. I appreciate all my subscribers. You know, my channel's moving up in the world. Hey, baby, what's happening? How are you today? You doing all right? Yeah, I'm just left work. I had to work 10 hours today to get anything done at the shop. Yep. And okay, yeah, I hear you. That's about the same here. I think I've been busier. I was busier today than I have been in probably a month or so. That's pretty interesting. Excuse me. Saw my buddy Utters earlier today. Magameet Utters. He was around earlier. He was doing his own live feed today, and I managed to get a glimpse of him. That was about it, though. So anyway, what'd you do today? Anything? You still trying to heal? Is that what you're doing? Just sitting around trying to heal? Oop, I'm not gonna go. Nope, I can't go, damn it. I was going to, though. I sure was. But I was like, I don't know about all that. I don't think I'm going to make it. Yep. A lot of traffic this time of day. I ain't been off this late in a while. It's been probably 3 weeks or so since I've worked 10 hours. I like these 10-hour days, but now especially since there's no tax on overtime. I'm gonna try and get all the overtime I can. No signal. That figures as much. All right, are you back? Am I back? Have I got signal now? Here, let me roll the window down a little bit. That'll help me out, I guess. Am I back? Hello? Am I back now? Jeez. I hate this phone company. I'm with AT&T. They're not. You're good? Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Anyway, I can't do that. That's going to drive me nuts, that freaking noise. The wind noise, that shit'll drive me nuts. I can't listen to that. Damn, this thing's got some pickup. I drove D's Traverse today. This thing's got a V6 in it. Wow. I'm like, it's like super fast. It's faster than my little turbo. Yep, sure is. Oh, is your Bluetooth? Okay. Right on. That smells. Anyway, yeah, I'm on my way home, and I think tonight I'm just going to sit and relax. I'm going to a hockey game tomorrow night after work, so I can only work probably I'll probably work 9 hours tomorrow because I got a hockey game to go to tomorrow night. And I haven't seen. I'm going to wear my Carolina Hurricanes jersey to a Blues game. How you like that? That's right. Yippee! Yeah, I went to a game in Peoria, Illinois. It was like week before last. It's like a 2.5 hour drive. It wasn't too bad. You know, there's a lot of nothing to see along the way, especially going in Illinois. You got a lot of farmland, you know, along that interstate right there between the Missouri line and Peoria. There's a lot of farms and stuff, great big farms. So you got, you know, probably 1,000 acres of, you know, nothing but cornfields and wheat fields and shit like that. And so there's not a whole lot to see. You know, there's not like any booming metropolises or anything. It's not like taking a side road, you know. Man, what a beautiful day, huh? It's freaking awesome. Yep. Today, Ashley. I don't know if they've sent out notification that I'm on or not. Of course, I haven't really. I don't know. I got another freaking pat on the back of my hand. I posted something that had some copyright issues, and I disputed it. But they said it didn't count as a mark against my account or whatever, which is good. But, you know, I'm really hating all this censorship and like copyright bullshit. You know, what I do with this stuff is when I use it, it should be under fair use. You know, it's public domain. You know what I mean? Once it's out there, it's public domain. I shouldn't be able to use it. But there are people that you know, have laid claim to the copyright stuff, so I have to be real careful about what notifications for people who follow you. Yeah, well, I know that. I know there's supposed to be notifications, but I'm thinking that, you know, like every time I get a freaking copyright deal, they limit my audience. You know what I mean? Something like that. I don't know, maybe. Anyway. So I did, like I said, I did quite a bit today. Let me see how many steps I went today, if I can do it. Hold on a second. Let's see here. Damn, I got 8,147 steps today. That's pretty damn good considering. I ought to sleep good tonight. I didn't sleep for shit last night. I had a lot of shit on my mind. You know, I'm getting really, really tired of. I'm getting real tired of Facebook. Facebook's good. Where'd you go? Are you there? I got zero viewers. How about that? You know, just what I wanted. Zero. There. You did me right. Damn it. Stupid sons of bitches. Come on, YouTube. Put my people back up there so I can see what the hell's going on. Come on, YouTube. YouTube sucks. Anyway, Facebook sucks even worse. I think I might just take a break from Facebook for a while. It's got ridiculous. You know, they've started filling your page or your feed with like ads and shit. You know, and what it is when you go like to Amazon or eBay or somewhere like that, and you're looking for stuff, then somehow YouTube ends up with that information, or not YouTube, Facebook ends up with that information. So then you're on the fucking internet, or you're on the social network trying to talk to your buddies and see what's up with them, and you're scrolling through your live feed or your news feed, and there's nothing but freaking commercials on there. I get like 5 commercials and then 2 friends, and then, you know, 5 or 6 more commercials and maybe 1 friend. It's fucking ridiculous what they've done. You know what I mean? I understand that, you know, people want sponsors and shit like that, but damn, Give me a break, you know? And my eyes is tired. I worked too hard today or something. Let's see here. Notification, okay. Well, I saw that, but there's nobody watching me now. What the fuck? Come on, YouTube. Do something here. Give me some viewers. Send out my notification. Jesus Christ. I mean, I know I'm not making any money, but damn, the least you could do is fucking send out my notifications so people can contact me or watch my channel. Dipshits. You're still there? I'm not showing you up here on my peeps. It's not showing that you're there for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on. I thought I'd lost everybody. See, I guess that's what I get for thinking. Oh well. Anyway. But yeah, it's like fucking, and this shit with that girl, I am so fucking tired of seeing this shit about that girl that got shot last week. That's all I see is like news channels and this and that, and they've got new information and, you know, family photos and photos when she was supposed to have gone to some fucking Zimbabwe or some shit on like on a fucking Christian mission or something, which, you know, a lot of that shit is AI and it shouldn't even be there. You know, it's easy to make shit with AI these days, but, you know, that girl is getting way, you know, for her to be such a fucking whack job like she was, it just surprises me that she's getting as much attention. They're trying to turn her into another fucking George Floyd. Must be something on your end. Why? Am I off again? Jeez. I know, I see you now. I'm getting ready to go under an overpass. You might lose me for a second. You know, there's some radical motherfuckers that, you know what I mean? It just blows my mind how ridiculous. You know, okay, so a girl died. Fucking, you know, 1 or 2 days, yeah, but whole fucking weekend? I don't think this. No, move on to something else. You know, it's nothing more than a distraction now. You know, Congress has probably got some big time bill up their sleeve that they're gonna fucking take away more of our freedom than they already have. You know what I mean? It really sucks that, you know, they can do that, but that's what they're good at. Oh, good God Almighty. Whew. Wonder where Skylar's at. You been talking to Skylar, Ashley, at all? I'll wait. I gotta get out from behind this car. This guy's driving me nuts. He's all over his lane. I got a feeling he's probably been drinking. Oh yeah, there you go. Going down the road drinking a beer. What a fucking moron. Yep. No, you haven't. I talked to her by text for about, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes last night. But I had to go. And she was like, well, but I want to talk to you. And I was like, well, you know, I know that, but, you know, you get in touch with Ashley. She'll talk to you. You know what I mean? She seems to, you know, you don't seem to mind too much if she, you know, contacts you or whatever. So I was like, yeah, call, you know, talk to your aunt. So she'd be happy to hear from you. You know? Sorry, I'm in some pretty heavy traffic right in a minute. I can't look down at my phone. Wow, that was a big one. All right, no, you haven't. Okay. But no, we and then she texted me last night, told me that she had taken a shower or something. She was going to bed, and I was like, okay, you know, see you later, kiddo. You know, because I call all the young people kiddo, all of you. I don't care how old you are. If you're younger than me, you're a kid. You know what I mean? Anyway. So that's how that goes. So, you know, I touched on something, you know, like last year, or maybe it was year before last, like at the end of the year before last, or maybe it was the first of the year, about good God, about relationships with people. You know, it really sucks that people are so freaking radical these days. Jesus Christ, the radicals. So I had a friend, somebody's trying to beep in, I don't know who it was. So I had a friend who, back in 2012, she was married, and she had a son, and her husband was in the Navy, so they traveled a lot. You know, she got to live in a lot of really cool places, and I was corresponding with her for a little while. It was a girl I dated in high school, junior high school, and she was just as sweet as she could be back in 2012. And of course, you know, like at Christmas and stuff, I'd drop her a line, or sometimes, you know, like New Year, or I can't remember her birthday, but I think I did drop her a line for her birthday a couple of times. Her birthday's right around mine, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Anyway, so I ran across a post yesterday or last night that had her face on it. And, you know, it's like there's a billion trillion people on the earth, right? And I'm scrolling through Facebook, and I see a girl that I went to junior high school with on there talking about ICE agents. She's gonna drive right over them, and this and that and the other thing. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, how the fuck did you get so radicalized? Really? You know, I mean, I didn't message her or anything, but I did comment on the post, you know, that I knew who she was, and the fact that we had dated in school. And you know, I didn't think nothing of it after that. I just thought maybe, you know, she was pissed off and had something to say, you know. But you can't make threats. That's idle threats. You can't make idle threats like that, especially at the government. You just want a relationship with my family. It's not like it was once. No, it never will be, Ashley. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you that. It'll never be the same, ever. You know, a lot of like holidays and shit aren't even the same anymore. You know, because everything has become such a dramatic, well, I don't want to say dramatic, but like a radical, well, I don't want to say radical either. It's like it's lost its meaning, you know. I mean, like Christmas. I haven't had a Christmas tree the last couple of years. Well, no, wait a minute. I'll take that back. I think I did put up one last year, and it's one that I've had for probably 10 years or so. I think I did manage to put it up last year, but it was like Christmas was almost over by the time we put up the tree, you know. You know, Easter's not the same, stuff like that. I'm not really fond of the whole Catholic Church thing anymore. I mean, it was all fine and good while I was there before, but the Catholic Church has really gone astray, and I don't want to be one of those. I don't want to be one of those people that, you know, become some kind of radical Christian Catholic, you know, that believes what they believe. You know, I don't get it. I really don't. And it's a damn shame that, you know, they're putting people in their church through that. You know what I mean? I have no idea who's trying to be a buzz in. Let's see here. Oh, those are emails. But anyway, so yeah, I don't go to church anymore. I mean, I don't really want to go to the Catholic Church. I mean, I guess if I could find some kind of other church to go to, I might entertain the idea. But I'm just at this point right now, I just, there's so much bad shit going on in the world and in the church that I just don't think that I can stomach it. You got priests, Catholic priests, hanging out with these fucking transient people. These fucking weirdos that have mental disorders. Instead of, saying, hey, look, you got a mental disorder, you need to take care of it. They're fucking, encouraging that shit. What? That's not for a priest to do. Of course, you get that everywhere you go now. These guys and girls, these lesbian chicks, they're like really radical these days. And I don't know. It seems like that didn't happen until like 2012, 2011, something like that. After Barack Obama had been in office a couple years, that's when all these fucking people started bitching about, we don't have equal rights, and nobody pays us attention, so we're gonna show our ass and make fools of ourselves in the street so people will see us. Act like a bunch of fucking children is what they do. A bunch of fucking mentally ill men. Look at that sky. Is that awesome or what? Look at that. Yep. That's freaking cool. I don't know if I can take a snapshot of it or not. Anyway. There we go. But, it really pisses me off. Unfortunate enough, I'm dealing with that too with this chick that was my friend. Well, I don't want to get too much into that because never know who's watching. Never know who's scrolling. You never know who's going to see you. I mean, I personally don't give a shit, really. I hate that, somebody can't be a friend to me because, I don't believe in the same shit they believe in, or you couldn't done it and said it to you. What? I typed too fast. Yeah, no kidding. Okay, wait a minute. Open your little eyeballs, Daddy. I know my eyeballs is closing. I just want you to release it. Okay, I saw that. Yeah, I know you're a Christian. You cuss like a sailor, though. Yep, sure do. A drunk sailor at that. But, Christianity is the whole idea behind Christianity is to try and live as close to the Christ-like that you can. You know what I mean? It's impossible to be perfect, but you can strive to be your best every day, and you can strive to, be a reasonable human being. And these fucking people, like these new generation of lesbians and queers are just not, they're just not normal people. They're fucking radicalized, and I don't get it. I mean, I remember back in the 80s being in school. I mean, we knew that people were gay. We didn't give a shit. We hung out with them and stuff like that. But these fucking weirdos these days, man, they've taken it to a whole nother level. And if they don't get the attention that they want, because they're a bunch of fucking narcissists, if they don't get the attention they want, then they're going to act out to get it. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, they don't let a bad situation go to waste. Them, the media, the government, nothing. They don't let a bad situation go to waste at all. I mean, like this chick that got shot last week because she showed her ass, because she didn't use common sense. I'm sure that ICE officer didn't go to work yesterday, that morning, and go, I'm going to shoot me a hellion today. No, that doesn't happen. He was put in a position where he had no choice but to draw his firearm. And people don't understand that, especially these radical motherfuckers. They all think that was some kind of planned deal or something. It wasn't planned at all. Well, he could have moved out of the way. Yeah, he could have. If that bitch hadn't fucking slammed the gas. Anyway, I don't want to get too much into that. That was like my whole weekend dealing with that shit. I'm tired of hearing about it. I sure as hell don't want to talk about it. No longer drunk before you start. Okay. I don't drink at all. Nope. Because I know what's going to happen. If I drink, somebody's going to get hurt. I know that because I have no fuse when I'm drinking. And if somebody was to fucking pop off at me, that'd be it. I'm telling you right now. You know, I mean, it's a shame that I have to live that way, but Jesus Christ, you know, give a man a break, you know. Anyway, well, who else we got on there? I got 2 people watching now, and I'm almost home. I'm sorry you missed out there, second viewer, but I'm getting ready to get off of this thing here in a minute. I got to get my other car out of the driveway so I can drive it tomorrow. I think Dee's going to take this car tomorrow. No, I don't need to drink. You know, it used to be when I would drink, I used to be a real happy person, but I guess, you know, when you drink alcohol, it kind of depends on who you're with at the time, you know, and what the attitude is going in, you know what I mean? But I mean, if I was a happy drunk still, yeah, I might indulge every once in a while. I can't even tell you the last time alcohol touched my lips, you know. It's been quite the while. And like there was a couple times where I bought like a 6-pack of beer, and the fucking beer would be in the fridge for like a year and I wouldn't touch it, you know what I mean? So anyway, all right folks, well, I'm home. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this thing short. I don't know who that other viewer is out there, but I appreciate you stopping in. You ought to try and stop in a little sooner next time. You might catch me when I'm not almost home. I usually do this about 30 minutes a day on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Every once in a while I try to sneak in a video on a Saturday or Sunday, depending on like my scheduling on the weekends or whatever's going on. But oh, she's gonna move it for me. Ain't she sweet? What a nice woman. Dee's gonna move my other car for me. That might have been her watching me. She knows that Monday is one of my days, so that may have been her watching. I don't know. Anyway, she's gonna back my car out, and then I'm gonna back right up in there, like I own the joint, because I do. Yep. All right, here we go. And we're in like Flynn, what I'm talking about. All right, folks, it's been real. It's been fun, but it ain't been real fun. I know, Mom's an angry drunk. Yeah, your mom's got a lot of problems, Ashley. All those bad feelings and shortcomings in her life all come out when she's drinking. I never liked to be around her when she was drinking, that's for sure. But anyway, all right, you guys take it easy. Ashley, baby, I love you. I'll talk to you probably Wednesday or something. Try to get better, okay? Other viewer in there, go back to the beginning and watch, and you'll see the whole conversation today, because I have no idea who you are or where you're from, and it won't tell me. So, toodles, y'all take it easy. I'll talk to you later.